Here is the updated 2024 NBA playoff summary. This information was compiled and prepared for you by the #1 sports handicapper, CharlieSports.com, celebrating over 20 years in business. The following is a summary of the game played Wednesday, June 12. The Boston Celtics take a 3-0 commanding lead on the Dallas Mavericks by beating them on their home court 106-99. Our summary of the Celtics. A dominant 2-minute span in the third quarter helps Boston pull away in Game 2 of the NBA Finals. The Celtics turned a 63-61 lead midway through the third quarter into a 69-63 edge, and Kidd had seen enough. He retreated to a timeout with 4:56 left, subbed 3 players, and advised the Mavs on how they could whittle down Boston's biggest lead to that point. 2 minutes later, Kidd was retreating and subbing en masse again. It now was Boston 75, Dallas 63. Boston's lead doubled in the gap between those timeouts. And everything that the Mavericks were bemoaning afterward showed up in that span. Turnovers. 3-point misses. The Celtics' defense generated offense and struck quickly. The team's disparity in depth was on display here, too. Kidd was trying to give some of his guys, Kyrie Irving, Derrick Jones Jr. and Maxi Kleber, a breather, so in that first timeout, he turned to Josh Green and Jaden Hardy, who ranked 7th and 11th, respectively, in playoff minutes among the Mavericks. Our summary of the Dallas Mavericks. The Mavs' Luka Doncic gripes about refs after fouling out in Game 3. With Dallas mounting a huge comeback, Luka Doncic's 6th foul ends up being pivotal as Boston hangs on to grab a 3-0 lead. The rap on Luka Doncic, Dallas perennial MVP candidate and one of the NBA's most potent, creative and versatile offensive players, often comes down to this: he doesn't play much defense. That's a problem for the Mavericks, until he does. Then things can get much worse for them. Rather than settle into his familiar traffic cone mode, Doncic actually got busy when the Boston Celtics had the ball. Too busy, as it turned out. The moment, as Jaylen Brown angled toward the paint from the right wing, Doncic tried to draw a charge or at least impede the Celtics player. He did neither. As Brown plowed ahead, Doncic appeared to lead with his right shoulder and the two tumbled to the floor. Referee Kevin Scott's verdict: a blocking foul on Doncic, his 6th personal, which meant he was done for the night. Question: is it possible to overstate how significant Doncic's exit was? Much of the air left the building, followed soon enough by disheartened Mavericks fans. Their team had pulled off a 20-2 run in the 6 minutes or so that preceded Doncic's disqualification, turning what had been a daunting 91-70 hole into real trouble for the Celtics at 93-90. Oddly, Dallas coach Jason Kidd paused the momentum of his team's run by calling a timeout with 5:25 left. Both teams had missed shots just before that, so it wasn't as if the Celtics had anything cooking. Then, 47 seconds and dueling misses later, Boston's Joe Mazzulla used a timeout too. It was when play resumed that the Dallas Mavericks toppled. Doncic had missed a shot near the rim at 4:57, with Brown grabbing the rebound. That's when Doncic tried to line up with Brown at the other end, Scott whistling the Dallas star for not having established his defensive position. Doncic, seated on the hardwood, threw up his arms and the Mavs dutifully challenged the call. Upon review, though, the foul was upheld. The NBA's scoring champion from the regular season was gone.